Well, now that your NBA career is officially, potentially over, that means no money for me equals no money for you.
Well, let's keep it moving because your boy Zion Williams, South Carolina zone. Zion Williams is in the news this week again, and apparently it's not for basketball.
It's not good.
Yeah, so on Thursday he was hit with a civil lawsuit in L.A. Superior Court by a woman identified as Jane Doe, who claims to be his ex-girlfriend.
Which we already know who that is.
Yeah. It's not confirmed that it's that crazy woman.
I saw her, I might be wrong, but I thought I saw her.
She did a video, but
Well, now that your NBA career is officially, potentially over, that means no money for me equals no money for you.
so far it hasn't been proven to be her because she wasn't dealing with Zion at Duke. So the lawsuit is accusing Zion of in a continuing pattern of abusive, controlling, and threatening behavior from 2020 to 2023, and complains of two instances of Zion taking the cookie by force in September and October 2020. She claims Zion engaged in other abusive acts, including strangulation, death threats to her and her family, physical abuse, monitoring her location and taking her phone and laptop to prevent her from contacting authorities. And these acts reportedly occurred when Williams was under the influence of alcohol and cocaine. Yeah, so that's a little bit interesting.
Because I ain't never heard of Zion. Doing drugs.
Zion's addiction is food.
Shit, look,
Coca-Cola.
I'm not saying who doing what these days, but I hope
alcohol and drugs.
I hope this is a message to these young athletes.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a message to if you got money and you black.
Stop. I hope it's a message to these young athletes about the women that you're entertaining.
Yeah.
It has to be a message to these young athletes about the women that you are entertaining.
You talking about somebody in college, dog?
Nah.
He said this woman was dealing with
this woman.
This woman here was dealing with him in college.
The adult film star was a choice.
But that's even more like, so now.
Yeah, I ain't questioning
as a parent or somebody in this athlete's life,
right? But you don't know what he's doing when he's not around you,
and that's true. But you still need to be feeding him.
Even if you feeding him, he obviously he did what he's supposed to do. He got drafted in the NBA. You have to remain. He didn't do anything. You didn't hear anything that he breaking a law or anything
Zion
like that.
is more known for being in blogs than statistic sheets in the NBA. That's right now.
Because he's been injured the whole nine. You're right. He's shown flashes of that next star, and then this year this is the slimmest and healthiest he's been in his pro career. But I just believe again we have another clear case of money grabbing.
I can't call it a clear case because I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Okay,
I can't
I
can't always just side with the guy.
I'm not always siding with the guy. I'm
just
just looking at the timing of this. How long he been in the league?
2018.
That's how many years? That's almost 10 years.
How long hasn't he lived up to his potential? What, 7 years? 5 years?
Was it 20?
5 years?
I might be wrong.
Right, but
again,
he's been in the league over 5 years.
Yeah, I can't say that.
This Negro if he did this in college, right? What college athlete you ain't hear about? It was a UNC athlete. He got sidelined because he got a video of a girl giving him head, and that's consensual. You feel what I'm saying? So if you telling me Zion and
you said
he's
he got sidelined because he had a video of the girl giving him head.
No. I said it's a UNC player.
No, you said but the UNC player got sidelined.
Exactly.
But isn't that better judgment?
No. I forgot how it came out, but it wasn't supposed to be leaked out. It was leaked out into where.
But you have to have better judgment. You had
But you
just like
talking about
whatchamacallit
college
in trouble.
students, dog. I'm just saying.
But still, though, if you know that you're getting ready to be in line to get some money or something, you have to be more cognizant.
Okay,
of
but I got you.
yourself.
I got you on that. But this is where I'm gonna have to again the timing of this. If he was in college doing this and you didn't call the police, don't want to hear that shit talking about you was scared. Cause Zion didn't have the power in college to. Now I'm not saying that he couldn't intimidate you, but again, we talking about a country boy out of South Carolina. It would have been some type of leakage of this dude behavior before he even got to do. You know what I'm saying? And let's just entertain half the shit that he may have done it, right? You ain't call the police. You ain't call the police.
No police reports have been filed.
None. But here we are. You once again skip past. Now again, if he's guilty, right? You can press charges and he can be found guilty and you can still get the bag. You bypassing justice and you going for the financial aspect. I question that on 100%. Anybody that goes past pressing charges and you going for the bag, I don't believe that bullshit. Sorry.
Yeah, that is true. So it looks like in the details of the 12-page civil complaint, all these actions happened in Louisiana and California. Of course, the first incident happened in 2020, taking place in September in Beverly Hills. The woman told Zion she was tired and wanted to go to sleep, but Zion told her she could not go to sleep without giving him some. He then allegedly pinned her down with her hands behind her back and took the cookie. The filing added that Williamson threw the woman's phone across the room afterwards and choked her. And then said a second one happened in October 2020. So she must have really felt some way about the first one.
Right.
The woman says she was violently taking it.
Right.
After expressing plans to visit a friend in San Diego, in both instances, the woman accused Zion of taking her phone for a period of time. And so it's also saying in the lawsuit there was strangulation with such force that she reasonably feared for her life and eventually lost consciousness multiple times. Now, I've had women ask me to strangle them, and I try not to go that far because I kind of know my power, so I have to hold back. But Zion was just like, I ain't holding back.
I can't hold it back.
Look, he was injured all the
I don't know
damn
what
time.
that man was doing.
He was injured.
And
all
since
day.
you're saying
If
he
you
was
got a-
injured,
if you
that's
got a
even
torn-
more reason.
If you got a torn ACL, let's go down to injury that he had.
She
Hamstring.
could have kicked him in the knee and ran.
Hamstring, ACL, whatever injury he had. How much you can't even catch the bitch? You got to limp around the house. Then on top of that, he was a Pillsbury Doughboy. So if this was a sexual addict like that, right? That be cut up because you burn calories when he would be in shape.
But also you have to factor in the fact that Zion is in Louisiana and New Orleans, so he could have ate a whole box of donuts after they got done smashing and maybe a bowl of jambalaya.
I don't know if it's true or not. I just know that Zion needed to stay out of some of this.
No, what he
foolishness.
need to do is he need. This is what
You need to start.
Look, he need to
jerking
get.
off.
He need to get him a woman and settle down, and get married.
He don't want that.
Cause I'm saying these hoes out here ain't playing fair, man.
And that's another
They're
thing.
not
That's why I was
playing
saying,
fair.
Like, these young athletes, you might want to find you somebody.
Actually,
and lock
listen.
down with
It don't even matter. Listen, if you are a with money, it doesn't matter whether you young or old. Find you somebody and lock in, cause these ain't playing.
That's all we done heard about Zion. His career, like the past.
Yeah, he got more. He got scoring titles. How many of us haven't dealt with a woman that we was banging and they asked us to put out? They asked us to choke her, and you obliged her.
And then she'd be like, harder.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, we not gonna play stupid like that. Shit don't happen.
You got the money to go get somebody that like to be choked and smacked and spit on and stuff like that.
She didn't say she didn't enjoy it. She just said she blacked out.
Right.
She might have got a nut off that.
But did she say that she was great?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
then. So
She talking about over the
The
years.
first time must have been really good.
Yeah, talking about from 18. This is over a 5-year period.
Man.
Yeah. Now
That's going back to Bill Maher, what he's talking about.
yeah. Now she's accusing Zion of threatening the woman, her and her family members multiple times.
Come on, man.
She says that she's seeking anywhere from 18 to
50
million.
You got a price tag. You got a low end to the high end to what you want. So you can say this all again. See what it is. You got, all right. So remember when I said this previous shows that before, if you was a superstar with influence or whatever, you got some money, lawyers usually tell you then to go ahead and settle out of court because you don't want your name to drag out.
You don't want to go to court.
You don't want to go to court because it's going to cost you money on the back end with your endorsements and all the other shit. So now what happened is those lawyers that came up, these new end lawyers, they like, okay, we already know that they're going to settle out of court. So since we know we're going to settle out of court, Tony Busby, since they know high profile people will settle out of court, we're going to hammer on that shit. Only difference is now they're forcing them to actually fight that shit. They ain't settling.
Yeah, so it looks like Charles said, you say Zion was getting all this ass and he'd be slimmer, but Zion seems like somebody who would lay on his back the entire time.
So you're right, but you're right. But and listen,
Yeah, he was in a cast. His
Like,
ACL is hurt.
but
He's
you're right.
back into
But
it.
if
My thing is this: just trick. It's easier to trick, and you're going to stay out the way. Either you're going to
you can't even do that.
Either you're going to get in a real relationship, lock it down, or you just going to trick. You take this money.
That is tricking. You just got one. You got one or two particular people that you with. That's it.
Let me. Do you think any of this has damaged Zion? Like, how much money you think he's lost because of these?
I mean,
decisions?
Paying old girl $100,000.
How much money?
I mean,
has this man
he
lost?
remember he signed a max deal. Now the question is, he's young enough to where he got another max deal that he can possibly get. That is hurting him. Then he got
He ain't get no max deal again.
right
now.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
He's
It's
on.
possible.
No, right. He's on him. He just signed last year or 2 years ago.
But the
He signed
way
an
you've
extension.
been playing,
You're right. But that NBA money is different though. You feel what I'm saying? So I think the last time he signed was like it was over 120 million. You feel what I'm saying? Extended.
Just make better decisions. Just make better.
Man,
decisions.
listen,
He can make better decisions.
Real talk. I mean, it's not safe out here no more. These hoes are not playing fair, man. They are literally taking this shit to another level.
Okay, so now it leads to another question. Since the Hornets got a new GM, the Pelicans got a new GM, aren't they gonna get rid of Zion?
Can't. You're gonna trade for him, and you're gonna get the value that you're seeking to get back.
Utah, a place with ugly hoes.
No, he's not. They're not going. They're
Zion's
not.
trade
they're
value
They're
is-
not. He's not trade.
His trade value
Remember
is
trade
the
value.
Wizards, but DC, oh no.
His trade value is zilch.
It's underwater.
Maybe when he came into the league like 2 years ago, his trade value right now, I'm not sending you nothing for Zion. I wouldn't send you Paul George for Zion. That's how
Good Lord.
Look, and that's as real as it
Look,
gets.
and they were just talking about the Paul George.
I
his
would not
trade.
send Paul George to New Orleans for Zion right now. And you know where Paul George is at right now. So
Yeah, he's
that says a
podcasting
lot
with
about
us.
Zion. That says a lot about Zion.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I mean, but if he can put a couple of years together and he finished top end in all categories and there's in the
We've been saying
playoffs.
this for 5 years. If
I got you.
If he just put
right.
these years together, and
Well, I mean, the pressure's on now because it's a new regime.
have they even made the playoffs since he's been there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he made the playoffs, but he was injured. He's never played a playoff game.
Actually, he has,
Oh.
but he got injured.
Yeah.
And the hamstring them up.
Just
Now, since he's lost the weight, no, they haven't been to the playoff.
Oh, so yeah. Now, old girl did release a video. Moriah, is it Moriah?
Yeah,
Mills.
that's the hope.
Moriah Mills. Now, she's not the one apparently who filed the lawsuit because that's not her, but she's definitely going to be hitting up Tony Busby. I got that clip.
Everybody deserves a chance to be heard, and I hope me and any of the other victims, you know, I just hope we all get justice. And the amount of bashing, humiliation, slander, and threats that I've been receiving these last 3 years have been a lot, and it's causing me a lot of stress, emotional distress, and I just hope we all can come to justice and this all can be resolved and nobody has to relive all these things ever again.
So that was her putting on her best acting, and as an adult actress, it's really not convincing.
Right, got the shades on. You can't even see her face, and then like, come on, bro. Like, man, this is the reason why. If I was a victim, right, I would be fucking pissed because it makes it harder for you to actually go forward to press charges because you got shenanigans like this.
I like the fake crying she had going. That was pretty
But
funny.
this is just Zion's bad decision making.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why would you deal with her?
I mean, in this case,
why would you deal with her?
I mean, in this case, he cut her off. You know,
Yeah.
once
Nevertheless, why would you even?
She f***ed it up.
I mean, yeah. Again,
Why?
and then if you really want to look at it, it doesn't even matter how long. These chicks,
boy.
they're going back 10 years.
let me
So
go.
somebody, listen, hold
Moriah
on.
Mills is a porn
Time
star,
out,
right?
time out. What you missing here? Look at the Diddy. Look at everybody who got money attached to their name that they got lawsuits going against them. These crimes, alleged crimes, happened years ago, damn near decades ago. So right now, let's say you hit for the lottery, for a multi-million-dollar lottery, and a chick that you 10 years ago, you forgot about it. She hit your ass up because, oh, he choked me out. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Like I say, it's the brand of women that you deal with.
It doesn't matter the brand of woman it could be somebody that you never thought would do it because the fact of the matter is you got money.
All right.
Yeah, so you know, my thing is this. I think Moriah Mills is like Zion's arch nemesis, and Zion needs her like Batman needs the Joker. And just like the Joker, she has exaggerated proportions and, you know, goofy shit going on. So I think, like, no matter what Zion does, she's going to be there to clown him like Pam on Martin.
Right.
Like whatchamacallit, Rick Ross,
Yeah.
baby mom. Like
Yeah,
every time,
yeah, exactly.
That you're right.
That's exactly.
You're right.
Only difference is he ain't got no baby boy.
Nah. And that's what
And
makes
that's
it even worse.
And that's even worse. I don't have no kids by. I
No
don't got
ties,
no
no
reason for you to be messing with me.
You see,
And you done got like a $500,000 off me.
But she's
You
mad.
done
She
invited me in your circle. Since you invited me in your circle, you have to deal with my crazy antics forever.
it like I said.
Better
if you got,
judgment,
like I said,
gentlemen.
it like I can't say that because it's been women that I've associated myself with that. Yeah, well, they were straight. Seemed everything was good. You know what I'm saying? Straight, have business, or they got a career, whatever. They raise their kids, respect, whatever the case
Maybe
may
I'm
be.
just looking at it because she a star, and